Good day. My name is Norbert Edoma. I'm a senior lecturer within the School of Science and Technology at the Pan-Atlantic University here in Lagos, Nigeria. In the next few minutes, I'm going to be highlighting 7 recommendations for gender equity in energy access within the Nigerian context. The first stakeholder group I would like to focus on has to do with the government. For the government, what do they have to do? First, there is a need to understand gender roles of energy users. So what do men use energy for and what do women use energy for? Our understanding of what men and women use energy for can help us to channel our interventions to those projects that can help them to fulfill their gender role much better. Secondly, there is a need for interventions that need to start from understanding local framings of energy access. So how do people in local communities define energy access? How do they see it? For some, they see it as just access to the material raw resource. For some, it's access to the infrastructure. For some, it's a wider development that energy infrastructure or access to energy confers. So if we do not understand local framings of energy access, we may end up giving the wrong interventions, particularly at community level. Third, there is a need for interagency coordination, particularly when it comes to intervention projects. We have noticed, for example, that the Rural Electrification Agency, they have interventions around mini-grids and solar home systems. But also the Energy Commission of Nigeria are busy running some pilots renewable energy projects, while, for example, the Ministry of Water Resources may be thinking of some solar pumps to help provide water in rural communities. Now, all our interconnected projects, when they work together, they can actually yield multiple benefits. Now, for the NGO world and for agencies, different multilateral agencies, there is a need to address energy training for empowerment. So what do I mean by that? There's need for training of women and even men on how to use different energy equipment and that can help empower them socially and economically. So for example, if it's a fishing community that needs to smoke their fish, cook and smoke their fish, they may need smoking kilns and how to use the kilns to cook and then to smoke the fish. If it's a farming community, same intervention. So we need to look out for those trainings on energy equipment that can help empower both men and women. Also, there is a need for professional women to help in the acquisition of energy assets through various forms of financing option that they can provide for example, the pay-as-you-go system or the pay-as-you-go system where they're able to pay over time to acquire certain energy assets. Now, for funding agencies and for financial institutions, there is a need to have more gender-sensitive financing policies for women. Today, what happens is, in most cases, for women to have access to finance, men still have to serve as guarantors. So are there ways that we can incorporate it as part of their company policies such that women can have access to finance to acquire energy assets? And finally, there is a need to address funding through partnerships, particularly for women. Funding through partnerships. So how does this work? It's simple. So funding institutions and financial institutions can actually work closely with women cooperatives and social entrepreneurs where they can actually serve as guarantors for certain loans to women that can help them to acquire more energy assets. And we're sure that with these recommendations, we should be able to tread on a better path that can help Nigeria to address more of the gender-related issues in energy access. Thank you.